Okay, yes. This is another day. We're still going to be looking at the forensic audit of the NDDC. As you all know, the report has been submitted to the president through the Attorney General of the Federation. And we understand that a committee maybe is going to be set up, or the Ministry of Justice will just get the job done by looking at the real issues. Now, let me tell you something. Very many people were expecting that the Minister of the Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, would have released the report, probably indicting some politicians, some elders, some statesmen, and then a few other persons in that forensic audit. Now, let me tell you how it works. No individual is awarded a contract. Every contract is awarded to companies that are supposedly duly registered. It's going to be difficult for somebody to begin to point out who got what in the Niger Delta, whether they are Niger Delta people, whether they are Nigerians, whether they are security agencies, whether they are people from the presidency, whether they are National Assembly members. It's not going to be as easy and as simple as people think. So what's going to happen is that we're going to ask that the Attorney General releases the list, the report. And based on that, those who want to go further to inquire from CAC, the real owners of these companies can do so. But I also know that our politicians are smart, Nigerians are very smart people. Some of them may not have registered those companies in their names. Some may have used people's companies to source those jobs. Some of the jobs were eventually sold to third parties and all that. So it's a complete mess. Now, the only way we can get to really know who are the real people behind this sleaze is through the banks. How did these monies move? They were paid into the accounts of these companies. And then from there, they were transferred to some other accounts. So it's only when we see movement of these monies, and if they were not used for the purpose of executing these projects, that is the only way anybody can know who is behind it. Otherwise, it's going to be a wild goose chase. But I think that the important thing is that Senator Akpabio has, his team have done their job. You know, it's left for the president through either the security agencies, through the NFIU of the banks, through the CBN and whatever, through the banks, to find out who the real culprits or the owners of these jobs are. Even the Corporate Affairs Commission can, a large extent, also help. But if anybody is thinking that names will be reeled out just like that, it's not going to be easy. Somebody could borrow my company name and use it to, get this job done. And then, of course, if money is paid into my own account, it's for me to forward back to him and maybe get a little token for using my company. So that's no crime. But the truth of the matter is that it will be really, really, really very difficult to get to who are those, except for those who were fingered, at the beginning of the probe. But even at that, it's not enough. Anybody can just go to court for libel, for being accused of doing something they never did. But at Citizens Quest, we also have our way of searching for the truth and then verifying the truth. If we are allowed to have a copy of that report, it will be also it's going to be tasking anyway, but at least I can tell you that we go to a large extent to get who the culprits are. So we are still waiting and hoping that the Attorney General makes public the report of the forensic audit. But that, while that is on, the region doesn't have to be on a standstill. Work has to continue, development has to continue. However they want to do it, I don't know. But I think that the easiest and the quickest way is go through the recommendations of the forensic auditors as regards the way and manner appointments are made, approvals. Can you imagine that for you to get paid after executing a job in Nddc, you have to pass through about 27 signatories before you can get paid? That's like a whole year. And I can tell you, people will be forced to, pay money, bribe for them to get their payment, and of course you know what that means. The quality of job they will end up executing will be nothing. So I think they need to look into some of those recommendations seriously. We are not in a hurry, but let development continue as much as they can afford to do that. So we are pleading with the Attorney General, one thing, let us have the report, make it public. We don't want anything to be swept under the carpet. We want to be sure and know where we got it wrong, and then see how we can move forward. Maybe they not tell us, say, then they look the report for 1 million years. It don't go work like that. We need to know what happened, and then we also need to know how to start again. I think that so far so good, and then I'll keep you updated as we continue. Cheers and God bless you. Bye.